Welcome back to a Hearthstone Report. We got some news, we got new cards. And JZ, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
We got new cards for the Galakrond Awakening adventure coming up.
Yes.
You can see them on the screen. They're obviously not in order, but those are the ones that are part of the adventure.
Yeah, because normally Blizzard allows to filter by order of release when something is new, but
not available just yet. So this is what we're going to be looking at. You wanted to quickly add two things that we forgot in the last report, so we're going to just, for completion's sake, go over that real quick.
First of all, the official press release stated that there was going to be 4 legendaries in this adventure. People originally speculated that with Reno being there and with all the evil classes having had hero cards, that it was going to be 1 hero card per explorer. Since we got another legendary, that might not be the case, unless someone at some point, screwed up the information on the report on the.
We'll have to wait and see. It would have made sense if it was 1 hero card per explorer.
But it looks like it's not going to be that. And of course, speaking of Reno, the other thing,
the hero power.
At the start of your turn, cast a random spell.
Now, I've had this conversation with some people in the comments on the last report already. We've talked about this. I loathe this hero power, and also one thing that we forgot about. I hate it because it makes mage even more of what it is, which is completely RNG heavy. It's horrible to play, and it's horrible to play against. But the other thing that we didn't talk about with the character itself, or with the battle cry itself, is it's not just Plague of Death. The characters literally don't die at all. They just disappear, so they can't be resurrected either.
They can't be rezzed, yeah.
So credit to TrashcanTV viewer John Reeves for pointing that out in the comments last time. That's an important part, considering the validity of and the carcinogenicity. That's
cancerousness, yeah.
Being of the ability to cause cancer of Resurrection Priest. That is currently present in the meta.
Yeah, but again, the hero power is relatively detrimental. Especially because it's mage, right? I guess it says cast a random spell. It doesn't say cast random mage spell, so it could be anything.
It could be anything.
Because mage spells are probably the ones that are the worst to cast with random cards.
Because you got so many targeted ones like Fireball and stuff, yeah. But it's not a good effect, generally. I dislike having the random spell sort of thing as in the card that is supposed to be competitive. And that's for the reason that...
Remember when competitive decks used to run Yogg?
Yes, and that's but that had a bit of reliability.
Good old days.
Yeah. But the reason for that is because a card generally with that effect, a balanced card with that effect, is not competitive because it's too weak of an effect. And then countermeasures, which break stuff, is they make the card so strong that it is playable or will be played. But that means that it's pure cheese, and how this is going to work, we don't know. But we've seen both ends of the coin, so either way it goes, the effect I don't like at all, and I don't like that that's what they went with here. They probably had a lot of good other options to go with. So yeah, I don't like this. Nothing good to say about it, unfortunately. But we have
new cards.
More cards. Maybe those look a little bit better.
Let's start over here. Could have got that easier. With the Winged Guardian.
What we get?
He's a 7-mana 6/8 beast for Druid with Taunt and Reborn, which is an oldish keyword that, from this year, they're bringing back. Can't be targeted by spells or hero powers, which still does not have a keyword.
Correct. Probably never will.
Yeah, that's just unfortunate.
This card looks kind of cancerous. I'm not gonna lie to you, because you know, like Cartooth Defender or something is already cancerous. This is just bigger. It doesn't do the health restoration, but it's gonna be just an unpleasant card, like all over.
Yes. I've seen it being compared to Sagoth the Slitherer, which it seems happens a lot because Sagoth is really bad.
But Sagoth is a legend, and this is actually better.
It's 2 mana cheaper. It has 1 more attack, and effectively, otherwise it's the same.
Yeah, because you called the
1 less health, but has Reborn.
But it even takes 2 hits, which makes it better.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
This is a lot better.
And it's a beast. Which means it does time and nothing worry.
So it's a lot better, and this card is going to be absolute cancer. It's going to be not good. I can't say I like the addition of these cards. See, I'm not even judging if it's going to be really strong or not, but the best thing that we can basically hope is that it's not, because if it will, it's going to be the kind of card that just makes people quit the game because it's terrible.
I think it's strong, but I can't think of a deck that it fits in. right now.
That's the other thing, right? It doesn't really go in token. It might go in Ambiguous, because you run a lot of taunts. And that's not exactly a deck that you, for the sake of the enjoyability of the game, want to be any stronger than it is. That's not really a deck
That's true, yeah, Ambiguous would fit.
Air Raid. 2 mana Paladin Twin Spell. What do we got?
Well, first of all, once again, they're bringing back all of the keywords and stuff from over the year. This one is a 2 mana Paladin spell with, as you said, Twin Spell. Summon 2 1/1 Silverhand Recruits with Taunt.
With Taunt. So, better Odd Paladin hero power.
Yeah, I was honestly thinking of the card from Agoro, but yeah, Lost in the Jungle.
Lost in the Jungle, which costs 1 mana and they don't have Taunt.
And
it's worse than Lost in the Jungle, a little bit.
Lost in the Jungle is a reasonably strong card. This one is one more expensive. It has a bonus effect that in some decks you might want. I don't know.
Maybe it's fine.
Also has Twin Spell, which makes it a lot better.
But in what Paladin deck do you want as many homeboys with Taunt right now?
The thing is, I don't think there's currently too much, if any, dude synergy around. Which is really the main thing. Because if there's synergy for the Silverhand Recruits, then it makes sense to generate them even if the actual result is a little subpar.
A lot of it went with the last rotation.
So, I mean, compare this to the Druid one that summons the Dryads, right?
Yeah.
That summons... It doesn't have Twin Spell, which is a valuable keyword.
Dreamway Guardians is the card.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get me wrong, it's valuable, but it summons 2 1/2s, which is slightly better.
With
Lifesteal, which
that's huge.
Seems a lot better than Taunt.
Especially, actually, on turn 2, it probably doesn't matter much either way.
Yeah. But you can still play it later.
You can play it later, yeah.
I mean, obviously you're not pulling it back if it's your only 2-drop.
In the later game, it's definitely lifesteal on this small, meaning like this is probably better than Taunt.
And in a class that can buff attack very effectively.
Yeah.
That's also something that matters.
On turn 2, Taunt might be better. On turn 2, Taunt might be better, but...
Yeah.
I mean...
But also 1/2 is a lot stronger on turn 2 relative to 1/1 than in the late game where the 1 point of health barely matters.
So you could, on turn 4, you could summon 4 men with Taunt.
I think what we're getting at is that this card is not excellent, but it's also not bad, but also like, where the hell would you play it?
Right, where does it fit? We'll have to wait.
Also, Paladin is generally pretty weak right now, so there's that. This one is definitely not helping. Let's see. Shotbot, we know already. Dark Prophecy, we also do. Aeon Reaver.
What do we got?
It's a 6 mana 4/4 dragon for priest.
Yeah.
With the battle cry, deal damage to a minion equal to its attack.
Boy.
There was a spell who did it as an AoE before.
Yeah.
Which was really good.
This is effectively a destroy effect.
Usually, yeah.
That's about 2.5 mana here. In addition to this card.
To be fair, it is basically never better than a destroy effect. Because it deals the damage to the minion itself. Yeah. And it doesn't destroy every minion.
It destroys a lot of minions.
But yeah, with Light Bomb we've seen it. Like it's a really good effect in theory, and especially in this case because you can target what you do hit. I mean, it's kind of like Execute, right? Where it's a conditional kill. Of course, even if it doesn't kill it, it's still
exactly. That's the issue, right? I fear that this might be a very, very strong card.
I think that it is a relatively strong card. But you touched earlier on the whole idea of Resurrect Priest, which is like, that doesn't go in there.
Probably doesn't go in there, no. You don't want it to resurrect it.
And it's like, this is also not a card for combo, which isn't even that prevalent right now. So, it's like, it's a good Control Priest card.
Yes.
But do we really have Control Priests right now?
Not really. I wouldn't consider Cloning Gallery to be Control, so no.
That's more of a combo deck again. Yeah. So... I mean, maybe? But Gallery is also the thing, like, you don't want to summon this with Gallery, right?
No.
So
this has an inherent synergy with Resurrection and cheating out.
So I actually quite like it. It's a strong control tool.
Yeah, maybe
for a class that historically has had control archetypes, that does not currently have one.
Because of the anti-synergy with the strongest archetype, it might be fine. It might be bearable.
So the thing is, either this won't be played because it doesn't find an archetype, or a new Control Priest will come around that uses this, which likely won't be meta-dominating though, because clearly
it's not
Control
right
Priest as a concept isn't strong enough right now, and we're only getting 35 cards, out of which about half probably will just be other class cards.
Correct.
Maybe way more. So you're not getting a lot of new stuff. So I think it's actually pretty good.
Seems fun.
And maybe next year it'll be relevant.
We'll see.
Chaos Guys we know, and there's this one.
Right, this one I find very interesting.
Me
Grand
too.
Lackey Urk. 4 mana, 2/3. After you play a Lackey, add a Lackey to your hand. JJ.
Well, it has 2 mana worth of stats, and it has an effect that is really good.
Can you answer the obvious question that I have without me asking it?
What is the obvious question?
Is this a Lackey?
Oh, right.
Can I get this from Rat?
I don't think so. Well, the keyword Lackey defines lackeys as 1-cost minions with battle
So
cry.
this would not be a Lackey.
This is not a 1-cost minion, and don't have a battle cry.
So we are going to assume that this is not going to be in the Lackey.
You know what is a 1-drop minion that has a battle cry and Lackey in its name? Cabal Lackey.
Cabal Lackey. That is correct.
Which is, of course, in Wild these days, but clearly not part of the Lackey pool.
Yeah. So this also probably won't be. So the fact that it has Lackey, the Grand Lackey it has in his name is sort of unfortunate. Maybe a little bit.
Yeah, I thought that was the first thing I thought. I was like, this sounds like it would be a Lackey, but it also clearly isn't.
It's not a Lackey.
So yeah, you're right, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's not Lackey. Then we're all good.
But again, like, it doesn't act like any Lackeys we've seen before, and since Lackey is a defined keyword, I don't think it will be.
It shouldn't be.
That being said, it is basically a River Crocolisk
For 4 mana.
with a really good upside.
That is true. Yeah, you can fill like turn 10 or something. You can fill a board with Lackeys just with.
Exactly. So the thing is, it's 2 mana, and Lackeys have certain value. That being said, usually that value is probably in getting a Lackey is around 1 mana, actually, despite them being better than your average 1-drop. You have 1 mana Discover a Lackey. You have a 2 mana 1/1 that gives you a random Lackey, which comparatively is one of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
You have a 2 mana 2/2 that, for sacking most of the time a 1/1, gives you a Lackey. So you have effectively 2 mana 1/1 and stats gives you 2 Lackeys, actually. Sorry. So Lackey generation
Sinister deal.
seems to be, I said already, 1 mana Discover Lackey. Yeah. It seems to be around 1 mana, if not slightly lower. Which brings us to this.
So you're saying if this generates 2 Lackeys, it's worth it?
I think if it generates 3 Lackeys, it's definitely worth it. If it generates 2, it's questionable whether or not it is. In the way that the game so far has valued Lackeys. That being said, it could in some situations be that you just need like that 1 or 2 points of extra damage, and any like combination of like a goblin and kobold lackey, or 2 kobolds or 3 goblins or something would do you the job, right? So, well, I guess if it's 3, then it's 3 either way. But so sometimes it can still be good even if you don't get that much.
So we'll have to see how this looks, but
I think it's strong for decks that run significant Lackey generation.
Yeah, it's Lackey synergy for sure.
Like the old Quest Shaman, and
old Warlock.
The old Lackey-based Zoo Warlock. And I think
Galakrond has mostly conquered both those archetypes for the most part now.
Yeah, but the question is, does this change that? I want to say the answer is no.
Probably not.
But that doesn't mean that there won't be a deck that finds a good use for this.
For sure. And it seems interesting.
And to be fair, the Zoo Warlock still runs some Lackey generation.
Seems like a card that would never be broken too, which is a pleasant upside in new cards, especially adventure cards generally.
And the last Lackey you play could be a witchy one.
It could be a witchy one, which is even better for this one, yeah.
Which I was just thinking, because obviously this very likely will be killed the turn after it's played, so you have to get the 2 or 3 Lackeys that you want out of it on the turn you play it. Optimally more.
Correct.
So
Witchy is good.
Witchy, which again, if you do generate like 4 or 5 Lackeys, as a matter of fact, once you generate 4 or more, it's more likely than not that you got 1 Witchy.
Yeah.
That means if on average you generate 3 or 4 Lackeys, you will very often get a random 5-drop out of this, which will probably on average have around... Oh, wait. Yeah, no, 5's a decent one.
Yeah.
6 is the one where a lot of the 1/1s are. And most of them are wild these days. But
yeah, not that many.
so you're expecting on average for a 5-drop 5/5 stats, probably.
Probably, yeah.
There's some that where you lose the battle cry. Some have beneficial death rattles, passives, whatever.
So that's pretty good. If that ever happens, you get 1 Witch Seed, the value shoots up.
And again, it's actually pretty possible.
Yeah.
So that's an extra upside there.
Uh-huh.
So I actually quite like it.
Yeah, I do too. We have changed clothing and switched to a different website, but this is definitely not recorded after the rest of the complete report. Absolutely not. We also changed clothing for the outro again, so don't be confused when that happens. But we're recording this in one take. Obviously, we got 4 more cards, JJ.
Yes.
What do we got?
We got Eye of the Storm, which is a 10 mana Charm spell, which says summon 3 5/6 elementals with Taunt Overload 3.
Boy, that looks pretty good.
Does it, though?
Yes. I mean, it's a lot of cash.
I mean, you're wasting 1.5 turns to summon 3 big taunts.
Yeah, 3 big taunts is a lot of stuff.
I mean, you can do basically the same thing by playing... Well, more than this by playing Dragon's Pact twice and you're good.
But you have conditions for that. I think this is pretty good. Especially in Arena.
Well, okay, I admit that's probably pretty good in Arena, but I'm not sure if this is going to find place anywhere in Standard unless you can somehow cheat it out, but I don't think there currently is anything that says like cast a spell from your deck or anything like that.
If you can reduce its cost or something, you can then play with Electra.
Yeah.
Sort of like Rain of Toes, but bigger.
Yeah.
I think it's better.
But it overloads for 3 as well,
Yeah.
so you're basically playing 13 mana for 3 5/6. I mean, they are arguably 5-drop minions, so you are still saving 2 mana, and it's a little better
you also
tempo.
can't calculate Overload as a full mana. I'd calculate 2 Overload as 1 mana. Because it's a turn later, so it's more valuable now. So if you can get 13 mana this turn, 7 next, that's better than 10 and 10. I think this might be good. I like it.
I'm not a huge fan, but let's get into the next one, which is a 4 mana 2/3 legendary pirate.
I've heard of this one.
Sky General Crag.
He got promoted.
Yes. And
Several
he lost
times,
his
actually.
Fury of the Winds.
He did.
But he has Taunt this time around. And Battle Cry. If you've played a quest this game, summon a 4/2 parrot with Rush. From what I've seen, I believe side quests are also considered quests.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, effectively, you're summoning a reskinned Huffer if you've played a quest.
Yeah, just no charge but Rush. Which could be important when you look at decks like Face.
Right. It's Rush. Sorry. So... Quest decks, huh?
I guess. I mean, even side quests. I mean, side quests are played. I think this might be good.
I mean, that's the thing that I was thinking about. If it was just regular quests, it wouldn't be very good. But we've seen other cards that interact with quests interact with side quests as well, so there's no reason to believe this would be different.
You got 6/5 stats for 4 mana. You get 3 have Taunt, 4 have Rush. It's pretty good. I think this might be a good inclusion in some decks, but it's not going to be broken in any sense, I think.
Which, I mean, that's generally what we've seen with a lot of these cards, and that's kind of what we want. Next up, we've got a 3 mana 2/5 elemental for Mage, the Arcane Amplifier, which reads, your hero power deals 2 extra damage.
This kind of concerns me because it's such a high health minion on 3, and it gives you such a strong removal option, which means it's going to be a lot tougher to get rid of it.
So, here's the thing, right? A, more elementals. I always like pointing that out. B, this has vanilla stats. They're just shift a little to defense, which arguably for something with a passive effect is a good thing. Good. And your hero power deals 2 extra damage. Meaning, standard mage hero power deals 3. Which brings up one interesting question.
What?
Is Jan'alai back?
I don't know. Maybe.
Because the reason why they don't play Jan'alai anymore, right, is because a big part of that was that the odd hero power would very reliably deal a lot of damage.
It might go into like some control sort of...
But you still have the Fire Eater, you still have Jan'alai.
Yeah.
So now you have this, which is basically the Fire Eater, except that if it doesn't get removed, you can use it twice.
Yes.
So that seems like that might be an idea again.
I'm quite concerned about this card because this might be... See, this has the potential to just be terrible, or disgusting rather, as opposed to like Craig, for example. He's not going to be oppressively strong, and this one might just be... Dude,
if Craig's parrot had charge, he would be an auto-included face hunter.
Oh yeah, okay.
I'm telling you.
That's true, for sure. But this one, I can't say I like. I think 2 damage would have been more balanced. And
speaking of face hunter, by the way, I would love to somehow get this in face hunter.
What?
Just saying.
Oh, this?
The amplifier.
Dude, no.
I mean, you'd have to evolve into it or something, which is probably pretty tough, but maybe.
But 4, that's even more than Odd Hunter. That's crazy. Alright, last card.
2 mana Rising Winds, twin spell for Druid, which has choose 1, draw a card, or summon a 3/2 eagle.
So, default choice is, I guess, to summon the eagle?
I would think so.
I would imagine. It's a strictly better Bloodfund Raptor for 1. And also you got the possibility to draw 2 cards of 4 mana accumulated.
I think this is basically...
This seems good.
A better version of the, the Gonk card, the Raptors.
Oh, Spirit of the Raptor?
No, the one that summons 2 3/2 Raptors as one of the choose 1 options.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The choose 1 option is called Raptor Pack. I forget what the card is called.
Yeah, maybe.
The other option is called Gonk's Resilience. I still don't know what the card is called.
And I guess gives +2/+4 and taunt, yeah.
Because you always pick the Raptors, right?
Usually
it was played in token for a while, mostly because of Steladris.
Yeah.
And this does the same thing over 2 plays. Or you have the option to draw. So you have, in that case, you have the better version of that.
And the added versatility of being able to just play it on turn 2 and just summon 1.
Yes.
If you have just 2 mana.
Or, this is a worse version of Power of the Wild, because it's arguably the weaker choice, although you do oftentimes use it.
But then you also get this Wind Spell.
With Twin Spell, yeah. So I think this is a really strong card.
I think so too, yeah.
The thing I'm most curious about, and I think I know the answer, but I'm not sure, is how does this interact with Steladris? Which is to say, will the generated card off of the first one also have Twin Spell? I don't think so.
Why would it? No.
Because normally, with Steladris it is, if you have a choose 1 option, you then get a copy of both of the options. Which is to say, it's just the same card with the option you didn't check removed.
Yeah.
The Twin Spell is before
the Twin Spell is the Twin Spell on this specific one. The Twin Spell is just on Rising Winds. The options won't have Twin Spell. Because they're different spells.
Well, yeah, but they're instantly cast normally. So I don't think it's going to happen that way, but it's just a question that I had. Of course, this synergizes with Steladris and Fandral Stack Wild, but so do all choose 1 cards.
Yeah, I don't think so. That wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, no, I was
still going to be good, though.
It came to mind, though. But yeah, I mean...
You play this in token?
Again, we have 2 choose 1 cards that we can somewhat well compare this to. And
seems to fit in.
In both cases, it stacks up favorably in at least one way. And draw is always a good thing.
Yes. At least the option to.
I have the feeling that this might not see play in the current token druid. Specifically because Aeroponics is in the same standard. Which it always will be.
It's more tree and reliant.
Yeah, but...
If there were trees, it would be insane.
But that's
and they play it.
But exactly, that's the thing, right? If we didn't have draw in Token Druid, I think this could possibly see play. Although, we did also have Christology as another option. But maybe this sees play anyways. Who knows?
But it seems interesting. So, I like the Crag. People have been ranting about Crag being back.
Yeah.
It seems like an interesting tool. I like this. It's a good control, very good control card, I think. If it was charge, obviously be an aggro card.
I mean, I guess most quest decks, like actual quest decks, are somewhat control-oriented.
Yeah.
So, that makes sense.
I guess. I think it's fine. So, we'll see how they do. If more cards keep popping up, we'll obviously catch you up on that. So, let us know what you think about it. Drop a comment, and we'll see what you think. There's obviously more to be revealed, and whenever that were to occur, or is to occur, we're going to be talking about that in further reports, I would assume. Which would be on this channel, obviously. So subscribe to that if you want to not miss any of that. You are also hereby invited to join our Discord server. Link to that is in the description of this video. We are in there, as well as our community. A couple Well, over 100 pretty cool people, and we talk Hearthstone and hang out, get better at the game and stuff. So it's a fun place. We also obviously have the tournament going on soon, and which is going to be phenomenal. Of course, got some of the best players in the business playing, which you don't want to miss. So definitely subscribe for that. Other than that, thank you for watching, and until next time, JJ.
That's it.
That's it.